Touch the clock, that is 12 o'clock. Excellent! Touch the clock, that is 9 o'clock. You got it! Touch the clock, that is 6 o'clock. Superb! Touch the clock, that is 6 o'clock. Terrific! Touch the clock, that is 3 o'clock. Brilliant! Touch the clock, that is 3 o'clock. Superb! Touch the clock, that is 3 o'clock. You got it! Touch the clock, that is 12 o'clock. Good work! Touch the clock, that is 8 o'clock. Wonderful! Touch the clock, that is 5 o'clock. Terrific! Touch the clock, that is 3 o'clock. That's right! Touch the clock, that is 10 o'clock. That's right! Touch the clock, that is 8 o'clock. Terrific! Touch the clock, that is 5 o'clock. Magnificent! Touch the clock, that is 6 o'clock. Terrific! Touch the clock, that is 9 o'clock. You got it! Touch the clock, that is 6 o'clock. That's right! Touch the clock, that is 1 o'clock. Super! Touch the clock, that is 9 o'clock. Keep it up. Touch the clock, that is 12 o'clock. Super! Touch the clock, that is 12 o'clock. Fantastic! Touch the clock, that is 1 o'clock. Nice job! Touch the clock, that is 7 o'clock. Terrific! Touch the clock, that is 8 o'clock. Well done! Touch the clock, that is 8 o'clock. Well done! Touch the clock, that is 8 o'clock. Good work! Touch the clock, that is 9 o'clock. You got it! Touch the clock, that is 1 o'clock.